Thanks. Okay, so today the movie I'm reviewing is Playing with Fire. This movie is rated PG, not G, because of some stuff I'll tell you about in just a minute. It's an hour and 36 minutes, although it kind of feels a little bit longer. And the movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a D for really dumb, but your kids might think it's funny. All right, so in a quick nutshell, I really do like John Cena, and I would love for him to have a fantastic movie career like his professional wrestling buddy, Dwayne Johnson. Unfortunately, this movie is just not that great. There are a few funny moments that I think would have made my four sons laugh when they were really little, but the humor is just really goofy, dumb, slapsticky, and mixed with lots of putty humor. I guess that pretty much describes a movie that would make kids like it, right? So when asked his thoughts on the film, John Cena said, "There's lots of poopy stuff." And I'm not sure, was that supposed to be a big selling point and an endorsement? I don't know. If you saw the trailer and you thought it looked really funny, then you're probably going to enjoy this movie. However, if you saw it and you thought it looked terrible, then you were right and just stay away. I think there are some unusually outlier high scores and reviews on IMDb for this. And I mean, people are saying it's the best movie of the year, it's the greatest comedy ever. So, no, not so much. However, I do recognize that some people and their kids might actually enjoy this, but the quality is just really poor. Some quick tips for parents. John Cena takes his shirt off several times. You see him naked from the waist up in the shower twice, and that's clearly for the moms in the audience. And man, are that guy's muscles huge. Some inappropriate jokes for kids tend to make it lean towards the PG rating. And kids who love My Little Pony will get a kick out of the very large role that it plays in this film. It will seem like blatant merchandising to parents, though. You'll learn about the safe haven law, which is interesting. There's a girly poster on the wall showing a woman from behind wearing just her underwear, and somebody quickly takes that off of the wall when the kids come in. So that's something, but you do see the poster. And then a bottle of alcohol gets removed from the bedroom when the kids walk in as well. There are also some other scenes where people drink something that's on fire, presumably alcohol. There's a scene where a couple kisses, hardly anything. And there are several scenes where people are caught in perilous situations. There's lots of destruction, lots of messes, some cleavage. However, there's no profanity, so that's good. But those are some of the reasons why it was rated PG. Now, some positive themes in the movie that are certainly worth talking to your kids about after you watch the movie together are the importance of family and how family doesn't have to be the traditional family that you think of, right? With the mother, the father, the kids. There's these men that are a family unit at this smoke jumper station, and then some kids and some other characters. And I don't want to give everything away, but just the importance of family and to talk to your kids about, what is a family? Does it have to be a group of people who are blood related? Of course not. Anyway, also dreams. And there's an interesting element of the father-son relationship and expectations and dreams, and where John Cena's character wants to be just this leader of all the smoke jumpers because that's what his dad did. And so it offers a good opportunity to talk to your kids about, well, what are their dreams? And then you can share your dreams with them too, but be sure that there's a nice balance. There's a balance between expectations and putting your dreams on your kids, right? There's a message of environmentalism when it comes to frogs in a lake and of course protecting the forest fire or the forest from fires, also caring for others. And John Leguizamo's character Rodrigo says friendship is magic, and he says it so just not flippantly, but just such as a little tossed that little nugget out there. Nobody really responds, and I thought, well, that's the theme of the movie right there, isn't it? In addition to some of these other ones. Also, another theme is how John Cena's character can't have distractions. He's focused on his job, which is admirable for sure, but to the point where he doesn't want to allow distractions. And so there's a message about how distractions might be the very thing that keeps you going in life. So again, there's a message of balance. Now, some things that I did like about this movie are there's this character played by John Leguizamo who is constantly quoting things and misquoting things. Well, he's 100% of the time misquoting, but he's attributing certain quotes to random people. Anyway, it's just kind of cute. It's a funny gag. I've always liked him as an actor, as a comedian. So he does a really great job. He lightens up the mood, and he has this little character personality that I like, that each of the characters have a specific personality, and I like that. By the way, if you like inspirational quotes, check out my podcast. It's called Daily Inspirational Quote with Trina, and you can either get it on the Volley app on your iPhone, or if you have an Amazon Echo device, you can add it as a flash briefing to your Alexa and tell her, open Volley FM. Oh, my Alexa's sitting right next to me. She's going to, oh, okay, she stopped. Anyway, I give a little daily inspirational quote, a little story, and then a personal challenge on how you can apply that principle to your daily life. Anyway, check it out, my little plug, Daily Inspirational Quote with Trina. Okay, so some more things that I liked. I thought it was really funny when Will, who's the little boy, who's adorable, played by Christian Convery, tried to get the Alexa device to work, but it was a clock. He was sitting there talking to this clock. So I thought that was funny. And then they use Alexa again later on in the movie, which again, I thought was kind of cute. And again, she's sitting right next to my desk. I'm impressed that she hasn't replied. That's good. Anyway, I'm kind of obsessed with Alexa. Anyway, there's also kind of a funny Julia Roberts moment from the movie Pretty Woman when John Cena's character snaps a box closed when he shows it to Judy Greer's character. Do you know that moment in Pretty Woman? Your kids won't, but the adults might get a little laugh like I did. There's some cute running gags throughout the whole movie, and I always appreciate that. I like it when they have something that's kind of cute, and then they'll bring it back one or two times just as a little running thread, and then it ties up or it kind of goes full circle by the end of the movie. I don't know why. I just really like that. It kind of shows that they put some thought into it, I guess. There's a moment or a scene where they're playing this giant Jenga game, which we actually play in my family. I've got these huge 2x4s and we stack them up. However, they're not as big as his, where he had to get equipment to move the logs around or whatever. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of cute. Shortly after the kids arrive at the depot, Rodrigo says to Axe, a character played by Tyler Mane, "Come on, man, I've seen you fight a Wolverine." And it's a cute moment, again, that will go over the heads of the kids. But Tyler Mane is the actor who plays this character, Axe. He previously appeared in X-Men 2000 as Sabretooth, Wolverine's half-brother and one of his arch enemies. So that was just kind of an inside joke for adults if you got that. The movie refers to firemen and smoke jumpers as superheroes. Indeed, especially now, right now, California is on fire, and we've got firemen and smoke jumpers working very hard trying to take care of that. And so I loved that they tossed the word superhero out, that not all superheroes have capes and have magical powers, but are true heroes like these guys. So I, as a mom, I appreciated that as a role model. And in fact, Playing with Fire, I thought, was a really clever name for the movie, although I wish they had spent a little bit more time teaching kids to be careful because playing with fire is dangerous. I like that the kids got to see the firemen or the smoke jumpers. Sorry. They make a very big point that smoke jumpers are cooler than firemen, and I keep saying firemen. Anyway, that the smoke jumpers are, cool and brave and strong. However, I keep saying however in this review, that's an indication of I'm trying to point out good things, but there are other equally things that offset it. Anyway, where was I going with that? That the characters, the smoke jumpers in the movie are all just kind of goofy and kind of dumb. And so there's a contrast other than John Cena, who's just total macho man, and Axe, who's a total macho man. The other couple guys are just kind of goofballs. Um, anyway, the smoke jumpers go shopping and they carry their purchases in big store bags when they're leaving that say, the store bags say, "I'll be bag." It's a totally tiny little detail that I just noticed. It caught my eye and it made me laugh out loud. Anyway, I love it when movies have funny outtakes. And so yay for this movie, because this movie has them at the very end. And you could tell that the cast just had a really good time making this movie. Now, some things that I didn't like. First of all, most of the acting was just really terrible, and I feel badly saying that. However, Keegan-Michael Key and John Leguizamo, I thought, had the best lines of the movie by far and were the best actors by far. And so they made the movie bearable. Otherwise, some of the acting was just, roll your eyes. It just wasn't good. And as much as I loved all those guys and saw what they were trying to do, I know this is not going to win an Academy Award, and I know it's for children. I'm just saying. Anyway, another thing that drove me nuts was that almost none of the scenarios were realistic in any way. So many of the facts and the details are just way off and frustratingly ridiculous for me, for a mom. Kids will probably really like that because it's so over the top, obviously, but parents will just be going, oh. The special effects are not very good at all. And even the kids who were cute, they're adorable, not their characters, but, as human beings, I could tell that they were really cute. Their acting was not good at all. I couldn't stand how disrespectful they were to the smoke jumpers. The first half of the movie, they were just total brats. And then another thing that's odd about the movie is that the first half of the movie has just a real slapsticky, goofy, mayhem type of a tone. And then the second half of the movie is very, very different. So the tone is not even, which is a problem in movies. However, I think that the tone in the second half of the movie was better. The transitions also between scenes was really choppy and uninspired. I really appreciate directors who can use creative transitions, and they easily could have, but it was just kind of like cut, scene. It's super predictable and formulaic, of course, and it would have been nice, as I mentioned earlier, if they had shown more smoke jumper action. Now, one funny line in the movie is where John Cena's character says, "I'm Mr. Fun." And Judy Greer, who plays Dr. Amy Hicks, says, "I feel like someone fun would go by his first name and not Mr." I don't know if that sounds super funny to you or not, but that's kind of some of the humor besides all the potty humor. And then I'm scrolling through my notes here. You can, by the way, go on to moviereviewmom.com and you can read a bunch of the lines that I write, funny lines, interesting lines, inspiring lines, or whatever. I have contests there and all kinds of other nonsense. So be sure and check out moviereviewmom.com. Now, if you really do enjoy this movie, there are some other movies that I would recommend that I think that you would equally like. For example, movies that have these big, strong guys that are doing goofy, silly things. For example, when Dwayne Johnson was in the movie The Tooth Fairy. It's a similarly silly movie, but it's fun to see these big macho men, doing silly, goofy things. Another one, quite old was Arnold Schwarzenegger when he played Kindergarten Cop. I mean, there are actually a million movies like this where, again, the strong man is being, put in these ridiculous situations with kids. In particular, Vin Diesel was in the movie The Pacifier. So if you liked those movies, then you'll probably enjoy this. If you thought all of those were kind of dumb movies, then there you go. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Anyway, that's it for my review today. If you see the movie, I hope you enjoy it. Be sure and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And I hope you have a great time at the movie theaters. Bye for now.